So today we're going to move on to the next one, and ang topic na pag-uusapan natin is about magnetic fields naman. Okay? So way back sa ating first quarter ng General Physics 2, we talked about electric fields. So sabi natin, an electric charge creates an electric field around it. It alters the space around it in the form of an electric field. So today naman, we're going to talk about magnetic fields. Ano naman itong magnetic fields? At anong pinagkaiba or pinagkapareho nito dun sa ating electric fields? Okay, so before we continue, let's have a brief history of magnetism muna. So yung magnetism has been observed for thousands of years na. Okay, so from 13th century BC pa lamang ay na-observe na to or ginagamit na to ng mga Chinese. So gumamit na sila ng compass noon in the form of a magnetic needle na nakasuspend sa ibabaw ng tubig. Okay, so this magnetic needle probably is an invention of Arabic or Indian origin naman. Now, noong 800 BC, yung mga Greeks naman, they discovered yung tinatawag nating magnetite, which attracts pieces of iron. So, itong mga magnetite na to usually are stones or rocks na tinatamaan ng kidlat. So, nagkakaroon sila ng magnetic properties at nag-a-attract sila ng iron. 1269 naman, si Pierre de Maricourt found that the direction of a needle near a spherical natural magnet formed lines that encircled the sphere. Okay, so dito na develop yung ating concept ng magnetic field lines. So the lines also pass through 2 points diametrically opposed to each other. So kung sa ating electric charges ay meron tayong positive and negative, dito naman sa ating magnetism, we have yung tinatawag nating poles. Okay? Noong 1600 naman, si William Gilbert expanded experiments with magnetism to a variety of materials. He suggested that Earth itself was a large permanent magnet. Okay? 1750, experimenters showed that magnetic poles exert attractive or repulsive forces on each other. Okay, so para din itong electric charges, mayroong force of attraction and repulsion, okay, between them. 1819, they found an electric current deflected a compass needle. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin nun? If flowing charges can deflect compass needles. Tandaan natin ang compass needles reacts to magnetic fields. So if an electric current carrying wire deflects a compass needle, ano ibig sabihin nun? Okay? 1820s, Faraday and Henry, they further the connection between electricity and magnetism. Okay? Sabi nila, a changing magnetic field creates an electric field. Okay, so dito na napag-connect yung magnetism and electricity. So sabi nila, magnetic field, a changing magnetic field creates an electric field. Si Maxwell naman, ang sabi naman niya, a changing electric field produces a magnetic field. Ito naman yung reverse nung sinabi nila Faraday and Henry. So kung sabi ni Faraday at Henry, si changing magnetic field creates an electric field. Si Maxwell naman, a changing electric field produces a magnetic field naman. Okay, next, si Hans Christian Ørsted from 1777 to 1851. He discovered the relationship between electricity and magnetism, or yung tinatawag nating electromagnetism. An electric current in a wire deflected a nearby compass needle. It is the first evidence of the connection between electric and magnetic phenomena. He is also the first to prepare pure aluminum. Okay? Next, magnetic poles. Sabi natin kanina, just like electric charges na may positive and negative, sa magnetism we have magnetic poles naman. So every magnet, regardless of its shape, has always two poles. Ang tawag natin dun is dipole. Okay? So we call this poles north and south poles. So poles exert forces on one another. So kung sa ating charges, like charges repel, opposite charges attract, ganon din sa ating poles. So like poles repel each other. So north to north magtutulakan, south to south magtutulakan. But unlike poles attracts each other. So north is attracted to south and south is attracted to north. Now, the poles receive their names due to the way a magnet behaves in the Earth's magnetic field. Now, if a bar magnet is suspended so that it can move freely, it will rotate. It will align itself to the magnetic field of the Earth. Now, the magnetic north pole points towards the Earth's north geographic pole. So, bakit ganun? Diba sabi natin, poles repel each other. Pero bakit yung magnetic north pole ng isang magnet ay nagpo-point papunta sa geographic north or north geographic pole? That is because yung ating north geographic pole is actually the magnetic south pole. Okay? So yung ating tinatawag na north pole is actually the magnetic south pole of the Earth. That is why yung north pole natin ng magnet natin ay nag-a-align papunta or pa-point sa ating north pole because the north pole is actually the magnetic south pole. Okay, similarly, the Earth's south geographic pole is actually the magnetic north pole of the Earth. Okay? Ayan, so I hope it is clear. Again, yung north geographic pole is actually the south magnetic pole. And the geographic south pole is actually the magnetic north pole of the Earth. Now, the force between two poles varies in the inverse square of the distance between them. Para din itong yung ating Coulomb's law. So, a single magnetic pole has never been isolated. So, hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng monopole na tinatawag or isang magnet na isa lamang pole. So for example, if you have a bar magnet at hinati mo yun sa dalawa, sa gitna for example, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na itong side na to ay north lamang at itong piece na to ay south lamang. No. Okay, pag hinati mo yan, magkakaroon yung dalawang piraso na nahati ay magkakaroon ulit ng isa pang south pole or north pole. Okay, so they always come together or go together. Okay, kung mayroong north, dapat mayroong south. So, in other words, magnetic poles are always found in pairs. All attempts so far to detect an isolated magnetic pole has been unsuccessful. So, no matter how many times a permanent magnet is cut in two, each piece always has a north and south pole. Next, an electric field surrounds any electric charge. So the region of space surrounding any moving electric charge also contains a magnetic field. So note dito, any moving electric charge. Okay, so for an electric charge to contain a magnetic field, it should be moving. So, a magnetic field also surrounds a magnetic substance making up a permanent magnet. So, ano yung mga nagre-create ng magnetic field? One is an electric charge that is moving. Second, a magnetic substance which is a permanent magnet. Okay, so yun yung mga nagre-create ng mga magnetic fields nila. Okay, now magnetic fields. It is a vector quantity. Okay, so ating electric field E, ang ginagamit natin to symbolize it. Sa ating magnetic field naman, we use B and with the arrow above since it is a vector quantity. So direction is given by the direction a north pole of a compass needle points in that direction. So magnetic field lines can be used to show how the field lines as traced out by a compass would look. For example, if we place a compass around a bar magnet, so ito yung mga compass natin. Okay, so ano yung tinuturo ng ating compass? Kung saan yung tinuturo ng ating north seeking pole or north seeking needle natin, doon yung direction ng magnetic fields. In this case, so makikita natin this compass or compasses are pointing towards south. So ito yung direction natin. So yung ating magnetic field, kung sa electric charges natin, they emanate from the positive and terminate at the negative. Sa ating magnetic field lines naman or sa ating mga magnets, they emanate yung ating field lines from north, okay, and then they terminate dun sa ating south. Okay? Ayan. So, we can visualize the magnetic field lines of a magnet, for example, by using iron filings. Okay? Ayan. So, gaya nito. So, they used iron filings, and yung mga iron filings na align themselves, okay, doon sa magnetic field lines nung ating magnet. Okay? Compared to the electric field produced by an electric dipole, okay, kung makikita natin, if we have two opposite poles, north and south, yan yung magiging itsura ng field lines natin. Ito naman yung itsura kapag like poles yung ating pinagtapat. So this is how it looks, yung kanyang field lines. Okay, so makikita mo talaga nagkokontrahan. Okay, Earth's magnetic poles. More proper terminology would be that a magnet has north-seeking and south-seeking poles. The north-seeking pole points to the north geographic pole. This would correspond to the Earth's south magnetic pole. Now, the south-seeking pole naman points to the geographic or south geographic pole, and this would correspond to the Earth's north magnetic pole. The configuration of Earth's magnetic field is very much like that one, or the one that would be achieved by burying a gigantic bar magnet deep in the Earth's interior. So kumbaga, the Earth is the biggest magnet on Earth. Okay, the Earth itself is a huge magnet. At saan nanggagaling yung magnetic field na yan ng Earth? The source of the Earth's magnetic field is likely the convection currents in the Earth's core. So tandaan natin yung core ng Earth ay nahati into two. We have the inner solid core and the outer liquid core. So doon sa ating liquid core, nagkakaroon ng convection currents doon. So that means may mga gumagalaw ng mga charges doon, which creates yung ating magnetic field. So, tandaan natin, a moving charge creates magnetic field. So, there is a strong evidence that the magnitude of the planet's magnetic field is related to its rotation. Okay, dahil nga yung paggalaw, pag-ikot din ng Earth natin, nakaka-apekto yun dun sa convection currents or paggalaw ng mga materials doon sa liquid outer core. And yung paggalaw ng mga materials doon, cause ng movement of charges, and that's why nagkakaroon ng magnetic fields. The direction of the Earth's magnetic field reverses periodically. Okay, so nagbabago. Okay, there is a theory na in the future magkakaroon ng shift or mababago yung location ng ating magnetic north and south pole. Now, definition of magnetic field. The magnetic field at some point in space can be defined in terms of the magnetic force. The magnetic force will be exerted on a charged particle moving with a velocity v. Now, assume there are no gravitational or electric field present. What is the properties of the force on charge moving in a magnetic field? The magnitude F, or the force due to a magnetic field, okay, exerted on a particle is proportional to the charge Q and to the speed V of the particle. Okay? So pag mas malakas or mas malaki yung charge natin or yung Q natin, then ganun din, mas malakas din yung ating magiging force. Ganun din kapag mas mabilis yung ating particle, then it will experience also greater force. Now, when a charged particle moves parallel to the magnetic field vector, the magnetic force acting on the particle is zero. Okay, so ibig sabihin, if the movement of the charge is the same as the direction of the magnetic field vector, magzi-zero siya. Or even if opposite. Okay, opposite pa rin. Doon sa direction ng magnetic field natin, zero pa rin siya. Okay, so kailan siya magkakaroon ng value? When the particle's velocity vector makes any angle. Okay, that means theta is not equal to zero. So the force acts in a direction perpendicular to the plane formed by the velocity and the field. Mamaya ipapakita natin yan. The magnetic force exerted on a positive charge is the direction opposite the direction of the magnetic force exerted on a negative charge moving in the same direction. Okay, so the difference nung ating direction ng magnetic force sa positive and negative charges ay magkabaliktad lang. Okay? Now, the magnitude of the magnetic force is proportional to sine theta, where theta is the angle the particle's velocity makes with the direction of the magnetic field. Now, we have rules in determining this one. Okay, mamaya i-discuss natin yan. Now, the magnetic force, ayan, so makikita natin. So, if this is the positive charge, okay, at nandito yung ating magnetic field, yung magnetic field lines natin ay papunta dito. Okay, so yung ating charge, kapag ang movement niya is papunta din dyan, parallel, ibig sabihin walang angle. Okay, that means ang force ay zero. Okay, force is zero. Okay, kapag may angle naman tulad nito, hindi siya mag-zero. So you see, this is the direction of the magnetic field. Ito yung movement niya, may angle in between them, which is the theta. So nagkakaroon ng ng force, nakaka-experience yung charge natin ng force. Okay, so you see yung directions natin. This is the direction ng movement ng ating positive charge. Ito yung direction ng field. Ito yung ma-experience niyang force. Okay, perpendicular. Okay, doon sa ating movement at perpendicular doon sa ating direction ng magnetic field. Now, i-compare natin yung movement ng positive charge sa isang negative charge. So, for example, here, we have a magnetic field moving from here to here. Okay, so let's say, for example, there are two charges, one that is positive and one that is negative. So, they are both going towards the same direction, which is up. Okay, and perpendicular yung movement nila doon sa magnetic field. So you see, yung force na ma-experience ng positive charge ay papunta dito. Okay? And yung ating negative charge naman ay papunta dito. So opposite directions. Okay, so maging movement nila ay paganyan. Okay, kasi ang movement is paganito, pero since naka-experience siya ng force na papunta dito, kaya magka-curve yan. Ganon din dito. Okay? Okay, now so to help us understand more about the orientation ng direction ng different fields and forces due to different objects, we use yung tinatawag nating right hand rule. So from the name itself, right hand rule means we're going to make use of our right hand, okay, para ma-determine natin yung direction ng fields and forces. So before we start, pag X yung nakalagay ng mga symbols, that means into the page or away from you. Pag dot naman or circle, that means coming out of the page or towards you. Why do we use this? kasi nga yung sa ating illustrations are two-dimensionals. Hindi natin may pakita kung ano yung depth or direction, so we use these symbols. So let's start with yung tinatawag nating right hand rule number 1. So may dalawa tayong objects dito. One is if there is a moving point charge, and 2 if the charge is moving in a straight wire. So if it is moving point charge, yung ating thumb represents the direction ng movement ng charge na yon. So kung saan siya papunta, kung ang direction is papunta dito, ang magiging direction ng magnetic field natin ay pag ganito naman. Okay? So may note dito, for a negative charge, the magnetic field will point in the opposite direction. Why? Kasi ang tino-consider nating point charges sa ating discussion ay positive charges. Or if current ang pag-uusapan, that is conventional current, wherein positive charge ang sinasabing nag-move. Okay, so kung negative charge yan at ang direction ng charge ay papunta dyan, tandaan ninyo, ang magiging direction ng magnetic field ay opposite naman nung direction ng fingers. Okay? Now, pag straight wire, pag nagpo-flow yung ating charges sa isang wire at ang direction ng flow is paganyan, okay, then ang magnetic field natin ay kung saan tumuturo yung ating mga fingers. Okay, this is conventional current. Okay, next, let's have right hand rule number 2. Sa right hand rule number 2 naman, ginagamit ito sa loop of wire. So pag yung wire natin ay nakapulupot sa isang object. Okay, so tandaan natin, right hand rule pa rin tayo. This time naman, baliktad yung orientation ng current at ng magnetic field. Okay, so since naka-coil yung ating wire, so kung ang pagkaka-coil ng wire ay pag ganito, then ang direction ng magnetic field ay ganyan. Okay, so for example here, makikita natin yung coil natin ay pag ganyan. Okay, pag ganyan magmula dito, iikot siya papunta dito. So ang direction tuloy ng magnetic field natin ay pataas. Okay? Ayan. So again, this is, kung titignan mo itong right hand rule, right hand na to from the top, okay, I mean the thumb is pointing towards you, that means counterclockwise yung pagkakaikot ng wire, then the magnetic field will move towards you. Okay? Kapag nakita mo naman na yung pagkaka-coil niya is baliktad, then yung direction ng magnetic field din ay baliktad din. Okay? Ayan. So that is right hand rule number 2. Next, right hand rule number 3. Sa tatlong object natin to ginagamit. One is the force on moving charges. Second is the force due to a wire, kapag kayong charge natin ay dumadaan sa isang wire. And pangatlo is yung propagation ng electromagnetic waves or EM waves na tinatawag natin, just like light, radio waves, microwaves, X-ray, and so on. Okay, so let's have the first one, the force due or force on a moving charge. Okay, so again, we use the right hand natin. So we are going to make use 3 fingers here, the thumb, the pointer finger, and the middle finger. Now, kapag moving charge yung pinag-uusapan, okay, so the thumb represents the force na may experience nung charge na yon. Okay, so force. The pointer finger naman will represent the velocity. So ito yung magiging velocity naman niya. Okay, and yung middle finger natin will represent yung magnetic field P. Ayan. Okay, so again, kung ito yung magnetic field natin at gumagalaw yung charge natin in this direction, it will experience a force that is upward. Okay, so parang dito, for example, tandaan nyo, parang plus, yung mga plus sign na yan means that the magnetic field is going through the paper, into the paper, away from you. Okay, so yun yung magnetic field. So yung magnetic field away from you towards the paper. Kaya ang magiging direction ng ating force, yung thumb natin is pataas, while yung ating pointer finger naman, ito na yung movement ng charge natin. Okay? So if again, the magnetic field is into the paper, away from you, at gumalaw yung ating charge papunta sa direction na to, it will experience a force na papunta naman dito. Okay? Ayan. So that is force on moving charge. Next, ano naman yung force due to a wire? So sa wire naman, okay, the thumb represents the current, the pointer finger represents the magnetic field, and yung ating middle finger will represent the force. Okay, so again, kapag yung magnetic field natin is papunta dito, papunta sa direction na to, so papunta siya dyan sa direction na yan, tapos may wire tayo na magpapass through perpendicular sa field na yan, makaka-experience siya ng force na papunta dito. Okay, yung buong wire ang makaka-experience ng force. Okay, this is the reason why sa mga motors, di ba, may makikita kayong mga wires doon at mayroon ding magnet doon sa motor. So pag yung wires na yun ay dinaanan ng current, ng kuryente from a battery or an electrical source, since dumaan siya, magkaroon ng current sa wire na yun, and at an angle with that field na pinoprovide ng magnet dun sa motor, kaya makaka-experience yung wire na yun ng force. That's why yung motor ay gagalaw or iikot. Okay? Ayan. Next naman, electromagnetic waves or EM waves. So sa EM waves, ang direction ng propagation is the thumb. Yung ating pointer finger naman represents the electric field, and yung ating middle finger represents the magnetic field. So for example, kung yung light is directed or propagated papunta sa direction na yan, okay, that means yung electric field is papunta dito at yung magnetic field ay papunta dito. Okay, tandaan natin, EM waves or electromagnetic waves ang tawag natin sa mga yan because it is created by electric field and magnetic field. Okay? So nakre-create sila due to the interaction nitong dalawang ito, electric field and magnetic field. Kaya nagkakaroon ng electromagnetic waves na nagpro-propagate sa direction ito. Okay, so they are all perpendicular to each other. Okay? So how do we compute the force on a moving charge in a magnetic field? So we use this formula. So we have a magnetic force F is equal to the charge Q, okay, times V, or the velocity of the moving charge, cross product natin with magnetic field B. Okay, so ano ibig sabihin ng cross product? So may makikita kayong X dyan. Bakit hindi na lang sila pinagtabi-tabi like QVB? May nakalagay dyan na QV tapos cross B. So ibig sabihin ng cross product is that yung ating resultant, yung lalabas na product, pag pinag-multiply natin itong dalawang to, is perpendicular to these two. Okay, kung naalala ninyo, meron tayong right hand rule. So kung papunta dito yung velocity, papunta dito yung magnetic field, papunta naman sa'yo magiging force. Tama? So perpendicular yung force natin doon sa V at sa B. Kaya siya naging cross product. Okay, anyway, yun lang namang ibig sabihin ng cross dyan. Pero ang sa operation natin, multiply lang natin yung tatlo yan, Q, V times B, in order to determine the force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. Now, may mga dapat tayong tandaan. So it's not always yung V natin is not always perpendicular with B. Sometimes mayroon tayong angle. That's why we use this formula instead. So magnetic force is equal to Q. Mayroon tayong nakalagay dyan na absolute value, means we are not going to input yung ating sign ng charge, kung positive man siya or negative. So disregard natin yon, times the velocity times the magnetic field times the sine theta, or sine times the angle of the orientation ng B kay V. Okay, kung ano yung angle. Now, when it comes to the angle, the theta, tandaan natin, theta is the smaller angle between V and B. Okay? So yung smaller angle natin. So magnetic force is zero when the field on velocity are parallel or anti-parallel. Okay? So kapag ang angle natin between V and B is zero, ibig sabihin same direction silang dalawa. Okay, kung saan papunta yung magnetic field, dun din papunta yung movement ng charge natin, then magsi-zero siya. Now, pag yung angle natin is 180, ibig sabihin nun, kung saan papunta yung magnetic field natin, yung ating velocity naman or yung movement ng charge natin is opposite. Okay, opposite dun sa direction ng magnetic field, that is 180 degrees yun. Then magsi-zero din yung ating theta or yung ating magnetic field P. Okay, kasi magsi-zero yung sin theta, magsi-zero yan. So anything you multiply, magsi-zero pa rin yung ating magnetic force. Now, FB or magnetic force is maximum when the field and velocity are perpendicular. Pag 90 degrees, yun yung pinakamataas na force na maaring ma-experience nung nung moving charge na yon. So kapag mas mababa sa 90 yung ating theta, then mas mababa din makompute natin na magnetic force. Okay? Ayan. Now, what's the difference between, or what are the differences between electric and magnetic fields? Okay, so first one is yung direction ng force. Okay? Sa electric field, yung electric force acts along the direction of the electric field. So kung saan papunta yung electric field, saan yung direction ng electric field, dun din papunta yung electric force. Same direction lang. Okay? Unlike sa magnetic fields, okay, yung magnetic force na nararanasan ng isang moving charge na dadaan sa isang magnetic field is perpendicular dun sa direction ng magnetic field. Naka 90 degrees siya. Hindi siya same direction as the magnetic field. Okay? Next, motion naman. Okay? Sa electric force, ang electric force nararanasan ng isang charge even if it is not moving. Gumalaw man siya or hindi, nandoon yung electric force, nararanasan pa rin niya. Okay? Unlike sa magnetic force na mararanasan lang siya ng isang charged particle kapag yung particle na yun ay gumagalaw. Okay? Mararanasan lang siya kapag siya ay gumagalaw at an angle pa. Ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng same direction ng magnetic field or against the direction ng magnetic field. Okay? At doon papasok yung pangatlo na difference, yung work. Okay? Sa ating electric force does work in displacing a charged particle. So pag nilagay mo yung particle sa isang electric field at gumalaw siya, okay, sa direction ng ng electric field natin, then yung electric force ay gumawa ng work. It did the work. Okay? Sa ating magnetic field naman, tandaan natin, the magnetic force associated with a steady magnetic field does no work when a particle is displaced. Okay, paano nangyari yun? Okay, gumalaw yung particle. Sabihin na natin gumagalaw na siya before. Okay, nung dumaan siya sa magnetic field, gumagalaw na siya kasi hindi naman siya makakaranas ng force kapag hindi siya gagalaw. So, gumagalaw siya, dumaan siya dun sa field na yun, nag-iba yung direction niya because naka-experience siya ng force. Tanong, bakit sinasabi dito na it did not do work? The force does no work when a particle is displaced. That is because, may mababasa kayo dyan sa baba. This is because, okay, wait lang. This is because the force is perpendicular to the displacement of its point of application. Okay, tandaan natin, perpendicular yung force. So, kung perpendicular, hindi siya same. Tandaan natin sa work, di ba, na pag-aralan nyo ng physics 1 ninyo, if the direction of the displacement is not the same as the direction of the force, then that force did no work on that object. Dito sa ating magnetic fields, ang na-experience na force ng particle natin is perpendicular to the displacement. So, there is no work done by that force. Okay? Yun yung explanation. Okay, so units of magnetic field. So, ginagamit nating unit for magnetic field is yung tinatawag nating Tesla. Of course, in honor of Nikola Tesla. Okay? So, ito yung mga different equivalents ng Tesla. It could be volt second per square meter, Newton per ampere meter, Joule per ampere meter square, H is Henry ampere per square meter, WB is Weber per square meter, kilogram per coulomb second, Newton second per coulomb meter, or kilogram per ampere second square. Okay, so mayroon pa tayong isang ginagamit na unit na non-SI. So we use the unit Gauss. Okay, so 1 Tesla is equivalent to, it's I think 10,000 Gauss. Okay, so 10,000 Gauss. Okay, now notation, nasabi ko na to kanina sa ating discussion ng right hand rule. Dots represent arrows coming out of the page, so papunta dito, papunta sa atin, papunta sa mata natin yung arrow. Pag X naman, palayo sa atin yung arrow. Okay, now charged particles in a magnetic field. Okay, na discuss na natin yung right hand rule at yung direction ng iba't ibang forces natin. So consider a particle moving in an external magnetic field with its velocity perpendicular to the field. Okay, so we see here, for example, may nakikita tayong mga crosses dyan. Ibig sabihin yung direction ng magnetic field natin ay papunta sa page. Okay, so palayo sa atin. At ang direction ng ating V is papunta naman dito. So along the paper, yung direction ng velocity natin. So perpendicular siya dun sa magnetic field. So yung force na ma-experience nitong charge na to ay papunta dito. Okay, papunta siya dyan. Okay, the magnetic force causes a centripetal acceleration, changing the direction of the velocity of the particle. So ang mangyayari dyan sa charge na yan ay magpapaikot-ikot siya dito. Okay, iikot-ikot siya dito along that circle. Ayan. So nagkakaroon ng centripetal force. So the magnetic force B acting on the charge is always directed towards the center. Okay, so papaikot-ikot siya dyan. Okay, so if you're going to derive the formula para malaman yung velocity or kung gaano kabilis yung pag-ikot ng particle na yun doon sa circle na yun because of the centripetal force. Ayan, so we make use of these formulas. FP, dahil yung magnetic force ay mag-i-equal siya doon sa centripetal force, doon sa pag-ikot niya. Then FB is QVB ang ating formula. Yung FC naman natin or centripetal force is mv square over r. So solving for r, ang lalabas is mv over qb. Now in order to get yung ating velocity or angular speed natin, yung angular speed is equal to v over r. So using yung previous formulas natin, we can have qb over m. So angular speed of that particle is qb over m, at ang tawag natin doon is cyclotron frequency. Okay, so gaano kabilis yung movement ng charge na yon doon sa magnetic field na yon, yung pag-ikot-ikot niya doon is what we call yung cyclotron frequency. Now how about the wires na mayroong current? Okay, anong mangyayari sa kanila pag nag-flow yung charge sa kanila tapos nilagay natin sila sa isang magnetic field? So this is the magnetic force that is experienced by a current carrying conductor. So a force is exerted on a current carrying wire placed in a magnetic field. The current is a collection of many charged particles in motion. The direction of the force is given by the right hand rule, yung diniscuss natin kanina. Okay, so for example here, so we have 4 scenarios here. So yung ating wire ay sinubject natin sa magnetic field ng isang permanent magnet. So we see here a magnet with north and south pole here, at nandoon sa gitna yung ating current carrying wires. So if you see here in this makikita natin again yung direction ng magnetic field natin is away. So we are seeing it from north going towards south. So when there is no current in the wire remains vertical. So dahil walang current na nagpo-flow dito, wala ding force na ma-experience itong wire na to. So I is 0. Now dito sa C, makikita natin na meron na siyang current. Okay, and the current is going upwards. Kaya nagbe-bend yung ating wire na papunta sa left because the wire is experiencing a force that is going towards left. Okay? Now, when the current is downward naman, pababa naman, okay? Ang ma-experience naman ng force ng ating wire is towards right naman. That's why nagbe-bend siya towards right. Okay, again, right hand rule ang ginagamit natin in order to determine this. Okay?